I suppose the response to that is I'm actually fairly difficult to pin down in terms of right versus left. For example, in terms of right wing, I am a Christian. I hold very strong personal moral views. I believe it's much better that people don't have sex outside marriage, for example. I also, I believe I believe in family. I believe in looking after your children and spending time with your children. I don't take drugs. I don't drink alcohol. So in those ways, I'm very conservative. In other ways, I'm probably quite lefty. For example, I'm very pro-green, pro-environment, pro-environmental efficiency. I'm also very concerned about the inequality within our society. I think far too much money goes to the rich. I think the whole of society is very heavily biased in favour of wealthy people. The whole system of property, whereby wealthy people with property, and I include people like myself, are getting richer and richer by ever-growing real estate prices. So people who with lower income can't afford to buy a house and can't afford to rent. I think there's too much inequality in this country. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. But I don't think you could actually pigeonhole me anywhere. Jim Lam was a joke. Jim Lam was a joke. It was a lot of fun. I went round with my crown and my cape, and everybody burst out laughing. It was great fun. I cannot believe anybody took that seriously. It was the biggest fun we had all year.
I hired a skip-in through Jim's while renovating a bathroom 3 years ago in Geelong. The driver gave me his direct number when he dropped the bin off and said if I call and ask for him. Through the Jim's number, they charge $350 to put the call through to him. I'm sure there's plenty. More fees involved.
Whether you misunderstood that or whether the guy didn't know what he was talking about, I suspect the first, no. If a franchisee gets a new lead from the office, they would pay a fee which could be anything from $10 up to about $35 depending on the division. If it's an existing client who rings to the office and asks to speak to a particular person, or if their address comes up, it goes back to the same franchisee. There's no charge at all. The lead fee is only for introducing new clients. If you pick up a new job from yourself and you get that and you put it into the system, then the system knows that if that person rings in, they go to you and you don't pay a lead fee. It's great. Most people who join us are successful, but it depends on them. We know, for example, that we have a very low attrition rate, but we also know that franchisees who give poor customer service have a much higher attrition rate. On average, only about 9% of our franchisees report poor income, but franchisees who have poor customer service are far more likely to report poor income, and those who have good service are far less likely to report poor income. So look, it's a system that is powerful, that's effective, but it's up to you. It's up to the individual. And one of the things we do quite strongly at Jim's, and we really push hard, we try very hard to choose people who are going to be successful. We knock back hundreds of franchisees a year that we don't think are good enough. And if this person comes to training and there's anything about them in training that suggests to us that they are not going to be great franchisees, then we will knock them back, because we do not want people coming in who are likely to fail. I reckon we've created more millionaires than any company in this country. Having said that, I would say that the most people who take a franchise probably don't make a lot more money than in their previous job. What they benefit from is a much better lifestyle, flexibility, time with their family, time with their kids.